I was studying for tomorrow morning's message in Ephesians, and I got a note from a friend of mine who texted me mentioning that there were reports of explosions in Iran. Isfahan, I think, is how you pronounce the town in particular, a town that's somewhat inland, deep into Iran, that was struck with a drone strike on a what appears to be like a munitions factory. Also simultaneously, or within about an hour, there were reports of an airstrike by Israel on an airbase in Homs in Syria. Now, I'm still looking into this and trying to confirm it too, so I don't want to jump the gun on anything, but it does look like a number of folks are reporting on this, and I do know that the Jerusalem Post already has at least posted and confirmed that there was a strike in Iran, although they're claiming not much damage was done. So, and Iran is also saying the same thing. And so you want to look into this and watch it. It's unfolding news. And of course, anytime you see Israel and Iran in the midst of a military campaign of any kind, you want to pay attention to that. And I wanted to take a moment to kind of connect a couple of potential dots here as these things unfold from a biblical prophecy standpoint. You may be well aware that Iran and Russia are developing ever-deepening ties in terms of military equipment and such. Iran has been supplying drones to Russia for the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And of course, Russia has armed Iran with various missile types of systems and also training and personnel and this kind of thing. This has created a very tentative relationship between Russia and Israel. Now, Israel has also sided with Ukraine in the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. And so there's a lot of tension that's there that both sides are trying to sort of downplay where they can, but obviously the tension exists. This is important in regard to our understanding of Ezekiel 38 and 39. For those of us who hold that this conflict is still yet future, that which Ezekiel describes in Ezekiel 38 and 39 is an event that will unfold yet future to our day. But again, an event like this taking place is something that tells us it could happen at any time, and we'll watch and see. I'm not going to say this is that unfolding because Russia has not gathered up all the nations as described in Ezekiel 38 and started to attack Israel. But you do want to pay attention to these things and see how they do unfold, because at some point there will be some trigger that gets pulled that ultimately does start that event to unfold. And so a lot of us tend to think it's going to have to do with Damascus being leveled as described in Isaiah. And so doesn't have to be necessarily, but it is something a lot of us have generally felt is probably going to be sort of the pin in the grenade for the conflict. But we'll see. I mean, any number of things could cause that scenario to unfold. And so just a quick post here really quick to invite you to go hop online and do some research on this and see what happens or what's unfolding, and to get some details on this. I'm going to continue to do the same, although again, I have to finish preparing for tomorrow. Pretty well there. Thankfully, I can take a few minutes to look at this a little more closely. But that being said, thanks for watching and listening, and we will continue to talk about these things as they unfold. And certainly if this becomes a much larger conflict, we'll be posting on it again very soon. So thanks for watching, and do some homework, take a look, and come Lord Jesus.